Okay, so welcome back. It is 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, and we are now joined by Christine Beason, who is running for school board for MISD, and we're going to ask a couple of questions just to kind of get to know her a little bit. So I'm going to start off with something really hard. Where were you raised?
I was raised just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, in Marietta. Lived there for, until I was well into my 20s.
Yeah.
And then lived in Illinois for about 9 years while I did my master's degree. And then I met my husband and stayed there for a little bit. And then, thank goodness, we ended up here in Texas.
So now how long have you been in this area?
We've been in Texas since 2010.
Okay. All right. And what did you want to be when you were growing up? Did you have some vision of what it was that you wanted to do?
Oh gosh, when I was little, I wanted to be the person that swam with Shamu. that was kind of my little girl. I thought that was the coolest job ever. And then I realized that sometimes those animals aren't always the best cared for. And, no, ever since I was in high school, I wanted to be a music teacher. And that was my calling. And I did that for a lot of years. But then just a couple years ago, I had a very interesting and rare opportunity to go work in the corporate world. And I thought it sounded like fun and it was an interesting challenge. And I loved it. So now I'm in the corporate world.
What Okay, so that's a very big change.
It was a huge change.
On the music side, what did you teach specifically? Was it?
Well, I started my career teaching middle school band. And then when I went to Illinois to do my master's degree, I ended up teaching in higher education. And I've been doing that since 2003.
Okay.
Most recently, I taught at Texas Wesleyan University in Fort Worth, and I was the director of bands there, and I taught all of the music education courses. So that kind of leads me into, a little bit of why I want to run for the school board. I'm very familiar with teacher education and all of the standards and the criteria that they have to meet in order to be a teacher.
Okay. Now, are you musically inclined yourself?
I am. My primary instrument is French horn, but of course I conduct most of the time. I still conduct an adult community band, Greater Fort Worth Community Band. It's a volunteer organization, and it's, it contains people that they say, oh, I haven't picked up my instrument in 40 years. Come on, pick it up again. It's just about having fun, and it's about camaraderie and just enjoying what we do.
Well, cool. That's excellent. So now you have this corporate job now. So tell me what you do now.
I am a corporate trainer. Okay. I wear many hats, actually. I do work with some customers, training them on technology and how to use our technology. I also do a little bit of training internally, and I do quite a bit of document management. Wow.
That is challenging. That's a little bit of everything.
It is a little bit of everything. But it's still training. I mean, it's still, within
my... You're teaching. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that the favorite piece of what it is that you do now? The teaching part, or?
I kind of like it all. I feel very useful. I feel like I am making a difference. When I am able to put together my documentation that helps other teams perform better, it makes me feel like I have done something great. But I like the corporate environment. I like the freedom that it gives. I like here's my son.
Hey.
I like that it's a little bit more flexible and that I can come home and spend time with the family, whereas, teaching college music, sometimes it's rehearsals well into the evening, and it was very time demanding, but the corporate environment is a little bit more free, that I can focus on my family.
Okay. How would you describe yourself?
I'm very type A. and I fully own all of the both positive and negative connotations that go along with that. I am OCD organized, and I own that as well. I'm the type of person that all my pencils have to be lined up just so on my desk. But I also, I enjoy research.
Mm-hmm.
I like finding the answers. I like the scavenger hunt of, looking for something that I'm unfamiliar with, and then, oh, here's the answer. I love that. And I really enjoy problem solving outside the box. I don't believe in, oh gosh, when you've got the two opposing sides and you want to try and make them meet in the middle, and it says, people say, well, if you meet in the middle, both sides are always half unhappy with the, I don't believe there has to be a middle solution. Sometimes there's a solution that's way off in left field that both sides go, yeah, that's great. And that's what I like to look for, that outside the box solution that maybe nobody considered before.
Okay. And what would you consider your most prized possession?
Oh gosh, my most prized possession. Do kids count?
No. People do not count.
Okay. I guess it would probably be my sewing machine.
Okay.
It is, I sew a lot of my own clothes. It's a good hobby. It's stress relieving for me when I do that, but I think it's my prized possession because it reminds me of my grandma. My grandma is the one that taught me to sew, and then, and now I'm passing it on to my kids, and I've worked with a couple of friends' kids that I've taught them to sew, but every time I sit down at my sewing machine, I think of my grandma.
There you go.
So that's probably why.
Okay. So my last question for you is, why do you want to run for school board?
I am absolutely passionate about education. And now that I'm in the corporate world and I'm not in education every single day,
right?
I feel like this is kind of a great opportunity for me now to affect education on a bigger and broader level. Even when I taught higher education, and I was in the education classes, teaching the future teachers, it still was only possibly affecting positive change on, yes, this group of teachers and then the students that they were going to teach, but those teachers were all very specifically in the music world, in the band world.
Right.
If I get on the school board, I can potentially do positive things for the entire district.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting to me.
Yeah. Much bigger deal.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Do you have, I said that was your last question, but I have another one that I want to ask you because I think you've got an answer for this. What is your creed or your motto that you live by?
Oh gosh. Make a difference.
Okay.
Make a difference. And maybe that's even oversimplifying it. Make a positive difference. Make somebody's day better.
Okay. Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Short time, but we know something about you now.
Oh, well, thank you for having me today. This was fun.
I know. And so the next thing that we'll do is we'll do our candidate forums, and then we have a luncheon. So we will see more of you, and look forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Okay. You too.
Bye.